City, the part of town no one should be. At that time of the night, when evil takes over the street, and all drunk on the sidewalk, the devil and he were no strangers. Grabbed him by the shirt and said, "Friend, you're just flirting with danger." So walk with an angel if you're gonna run with the devil. You'll need a hand to hold on to if that's who you're choosing to wrestle. When you hit rock bottom, it's hard to rise up from that level. You better walk with an angel if you're gonna run with the devil. He turned from the dealer when he finished making the buy. He was nearly home free when those demons stepped into the light. From the dark of the alley, that's where they waited to roll him. Last thing he saw was the face of the drunkard who told him, "Walk with an angel if you're gonna run with the devil. You'll need a hand to hold on to if that's who you're choosing to wrestle. When you hit rock bottom, it's hard to rise up from that level. You better walk with an angel if you're gonna run with the devil." They found him unconscious right where he lay on the steps of the hospital 10 miles away. That old drunk saved him, taught him one thing: angels don't always have wings. You better walk with an angel if you're gonna run with the devil. You need a hand to hold on to if that's who you're choosing to wrestle. 'Cause when you hit rock bottom, it's hard to rise up from that level. You better walk with an angel if you're gonna run with the devil. Oh, walk with an angel. Oh, walk with an angel. Whoa, walk with an angel.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
He's a picture of success, has all the best. Materially, the boy's living the dream. There's more than meets the eye. Just looking at this guy, you wouldn't know how far the hurting goes. Down deep, there's a shattered soul, a broken heart who's lost all hope. Down deep, there's another side, surrounded with pain, hidden by pride, broken by a promise somebody couldn't keep. He's living on the outside, but he's dying down deep. He used to be a king, found joy in everything, with her by his side. He was so alive. She used to be his queen, till she gave back his ring. Now the queen is gone. What a lonely throne. Down deep, there's a shattered soul, a broken heart, who's lost all hope. Down deep, there's another side, surrounded with pain, hidden by pride, broken by a promise somebody couldn't keep. He's living on the outside, but he's dying down deep. Like a vessel lost at sea, rescued by the light, God sent him his angel on the darkest of his nights. She knew the goods were damaged, but she weathered through the storm. From the rubble of the wreckage, a new love's been reborn. Down deep, there's a healing soul, a mending heart, revived by hope. Down deep, on that other side, she removed his pain and restored his pride. There'll be no broken promises somebody won't keep. He's living on the outside, but she's saving him down deep.
His name is Stevenson Scott. That's a great tune called Down Deep. That's where my voice is tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I got that cold that's been going around, but we're going to go through this thing. The show must go on, right? Walk with an Angel before that, and we'll have one more from Stevenson Scott in just a moment, because it is Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show. From Branson, Missouri, the live show, capital of the world. I've got a great live show for you tonight. 3 hours of the best in new country and a couple of great radio interviews in the program as well. Danny Spyro will join us in hour number 1, and my good friend C.J. Roberts. He's been a guest on the program before. We're going to catch up with him in hour number 2. Every artist on the show gets 3 songs in a row played tonight, and also I want to thank all the radio stations that replay this program. I'm not going to give them all a shout-out tonight to save my voice, so I can give you all some shout-outs and tell you who these artists are on these upcoming triple plays. So let's get to it. We're going to do one more from Stevenson Scott. It is called Pretty Much on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Headlights shine down this 2-track road. They lead me to the fields I sowed. Dust, dirt, machines, and sweaty clothes. No, it ain't sexy, but it's what I know. Same job, same path, same every day. I don't see much changing for me, and honey, that's okay. Pretty much around here, I see the rows from the tractor and some white-tailed deer. I work in the mud and mud. I don't see pretty much, but I see you, girl, and that's more than enough. And my love lucky man. Pretty much. Pretty much. This old home place, it ain't much to see. It won't grace the cover of a magazine. They say you make a house a home, and I found that to be true. It's my favorite place on earth, baby, all because of you. Oh yeah, I don't see pretty much around here. I see the rose from the tractor and some white-tailed deer. I work in the mud and muck. I don't see pretty much, but I see you, girl, and that's more than enough. Am I a lucky man? Pretty much. Pretty much. You can say I'm getting on just fine, 'cause with my mind on you, I'm seeing pretty all the time. Oh yeah. I don't see pretty much around here. I see the rose from the tractor and some white-tailed deer. I work in the mud and mud. I don't see pretty much, but I see you, girl, and that's more than enough. Am I a lucky man? You know it, I'm a lucky man. Oh, am I a lucky man? Pretty much. Pretty much. Oh, pretty much. It's the Tim Kelly Show. Turn it up, let it roll. In the country on your dial. Fresh tracks, homegrown style. Triple Play Thursday with Tim Kelly. 3 songs in a row from everybody all show long. Let the new stars play on the Tim Kelly Show. Triple Play Thursday. Yeah, 3 in a row on the Tim Kelly Show.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
He likes school and all his friends, sleeping in late on the weekends, trips around the world and down memory lane. I may never understand how you could leave this little man. Didn't think a mama's heart was built that way. Every night we talk and then we pray for God to teach us love and heal our pain. And when his heart is heavy with grown-up stuff, like where have you been lately? I turn out the light, tell him it'll be alright. Even though it breaks me, I'm raising your baby. Thank God he looks just like his dad, 'cause I don't get that mad when he needs to vent and he takes it out on me. But when he's riding high, like riding a bike for the first time, he smiled so big he wanted you to see. Every night we talk and then we pray for God to teach us love and heal our pain. And when he thinks he's not enough, it's all his fault when you leave. I turn out the light, tell him it'll be alright. and I do the best I can with his heart in my hands, and I know he'll be okay, 'cause I help him to forgive you a little more each day. Every night we talk and then we pray for God to teach us love and heal our pain. Now he's growing up and his memories are more of me lately. I turn out the light, tell him it'll be alright, even though it breaks me raising your baby. I'm raising your baby.
Song number 2.
I'm calling you like a friend, but you probably don't think I am, 'cause I know you've seen me out with him before. I'm not your typical trashy threat, but I'll admit it's a real hard bend. Every time he says he doesn't want you anymore. Before I even get this out, I think we both deserve better. Can't stop the way you run your mouth, but girl, I'm not a cheater. Don't wanna dish with you with some pissed off lunch to run down, chew him out for playing both of us. This is just a girl-to-girl heads up. When I hang up, I'll be standing tall. I just called to say your boyfriend called. He hits me up when you've had a fight, swears it's over for good this time. He makes you sound like you're nothing to lose, but then I catch myself when I got too much of him on my mind. 'Cause I know he'd do to me what he's doing to you. He always said you'd come unwound if I ever let this slip. It feels so good to tell you now, 'cause I'm so sick of lying for him. Don't wanna dish with you with some pissed off lunch to run down, chew him out for playing both of us. This is just a girl-to-girl heads up. When I hang up, I'll be standing tall. I just called to say your boyfriend called. This is just a girl-to-girl heads up. When I hang up, I'll be standing tall. I just called to say, oh, I just called to say, I just called to say, your boyfriend called. Your boyfriend called. Gonna change my number, gonna make him wonder. Your boyfriend called and he called and he called every night. I ain't picking up, I ain't picking up.
Her name is Ashley Rose. Ashley Rose is where you can find her on social media. That is called Your Boyfriend Called. And before that, another great tune called Raising Your Baby. I want to hear the stories behind those songs, and we're going to hear the stories behind those songs on another Triple Play Thursday edition of the Tim Kelly Show. She will be my special guest July 30th this summer, later on down the road. But I'm looking forward to talking to Ashley Rose. That's going to be a great radio interview. She's got some great songs, a great voice, and we'll get to hear how she got in the world of country music and a whole lot more. After one more song from Ashley Rose, my first radio interview of this evening is going to take place. Danny Spyro is going to join us on the program after Ashley Rose and Lovely Loving You on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Every now and then you run across my mind, and I start thinking about you. A sentimental spark, a tiny tug on my heart, a memory I'd like to look through. If I had to rate the life of my love affairs, you and me, yeah, we'd be right up there. It was lovely loving you, and I'm glad it's something I've got to do. Like a dance round the sun, we were second to none. Even though we drifted, it was lovely, lovely loving you. We were like a bottle of wine open before its time, a little drunk and heady. But if we met last night, we'd probably be alright, 'cause now we'd be ready. I think about us now with no what ifs or vague regrets. Don't know where you are, but I wish you the best. It was lovely loving you, and I'm glad it's something I got to do. Like a dance round the sun, we were second to none. Even though we drifted, it was lovely, lovely loving you. If I had to rate the life of my love affairs, you and me, babe, we'd be right up there. It was lovely loving you, and I'm glad it's something I got to do. Like a dance round the sun, we were second to none. Even though we drifted, it was lovely, lovely loving you. Loving you.
Crank it up, y'all, let the good times roll. It's the Tim Kelly Show on your radio. New country, go from the names you don't know till you hear 'em right here, then you won't let go. It's the Tim Kelly Show. Playing new country's best, yeah, you already know. Indie Heart's real talk where the stories unfold. Turn it up, don't let it go. The Tim Kelly Show, new country's best. Indie artists on the go, and the interviews you love on the Tim
You're
Kelly
listening
Show.
to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, and tonight that means every artist on the show gets 3 songs in a row played. You get to hear the next 3 songs and the story behind them from my good friend Danny Spyro. How are you?
Hey, Triple Play,
You
Mr.
bet.
Tim Kelly. Thank you so much for having me, brother. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Welcome to the show. And we've known of each other for a while. I found you on TikTok a few months ago, and we finally got this radio interview on the air. So it's been looking forward to this one. I've been looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah, likewise. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it really has been a while, man. It's nice that it's finally coming together and we can chat a little bit and have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been looking at your story, and I'll tell you what, you've got a great combination. You've got a little bit of country, a little bit of rock, some pop, some red dirt, some blues, all of that, and then the 90s rock, too, going on. So that is great.
Yeah, I mean, coming where I'm from on the Gulf Coast in Mobile, Alabama, it is a gumbo pot of different genres of music. So growing up in the bars down there and playing in the honky tonks around the beach or in the city or in that country, like, you just played every genre.
Yeah.
So I just naturally acquired all these different influences over the years.
Right.
And I love the fact that it's been that way. It really lets me explore all kinds of different avenues with my music.
Yep, Mobile, Alabama. And have you ever been to Boaz, Alabama? My wife lived there back in 1978, 79, something like that, she said.
I have passed through there,
Have
but I've
passed
never actually, hung around.
Yep.
I'm sure it's a wonderful city.
Yeah, I just interviewed Jason Coles from there not too long ago, and great country music artist. So, it's interesting. I've been doing this show for 14 years. It's a big world out there, but in the independent community, it seems like it's really small. And you've probably figured that out too. A lot of people know everybody, and they really are willing to work with you and help you out and get you going too.
Oh yeah, especially Alabama artists. As soon as we either recognize each other or meet each other for the first time, and you say, "Where are you from?" Somewhere Alabama, it's an immediate connection.
Yep, absolutely. Speaking of Alabama, my wife's favorite group is that group Alabama that became real popular in about 1978, 79 too. They've been doing it for a while, haven't they?
Mr. Cook on that guitar, man.
You
can't
betcha.
go wrong.
Absolutely. And so, that's the kind of thing that you're after in the world of country music. If you can leave a mark like that, and we're talking about your music for the next 10, 20, 30 years, that wouldn't be a bad deal, huh?
No, I mean, if I could have the the career of Alabama, I think I'd be pretty happy with myself.
Yep. One of your goals is to grace the Grand Ole Opry stage, and that is a goal of a lot of artists that I interview. But, isn't that amazing that thing 100 years ago started out as a free barn dance? That's why it's got a barn background on the big stage, and it just took off and kept getting bigger and bigger, and here we are 100 years later.
Oh, man, it's so wild. I mean, even just going there, I've been there a couple times recently, and you look around, and even though it's not so much a barn anymore, and it's out at the Opryland,
Yep.
it still is. There's something magical about it. There's something so beautiful about it, and I urge anyone that's never been to please go on a random night where you don't know any of the artists like I've done, and you will not be disappointed.
Wow. That sounds like a deal, man. And I love watching that on a Saturday night. I still go check it out on YouTube every once in a while and see who's on the Grand Ole Opry stage. And it's just amazing, to me right now doing this for the last 14 years of the untapped talent that is out there that will one day grace that stage like you and several others that I've interviewed, no doubt.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the dream, man. I mean, even since being a kid, and you listen to WSM radio, and then finally as you get older and you see it for yourself, you're like, oh, dude, this is the rite of passage right here, country music.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you had a defining moment back when you were 14 years old. You got to see the great group Three Doors Down, and I guess maybe the rest is history, but I want to hear how you got into really country music, too.
I mean, it was always been a part of my life, country music. I mean, we grew up to the Toby Keiths. The big thing on the Gulf Coast was we grew up to red dirt Texas country music. Artists like Pat Green, Rob Earl Keen, Randy Rogers, Casey Donahue.
Yep.
I mean, those are the things that were playing in our radios and in our cars. So that was always such a beautiful mix of 90s rock, blues, and traditional country. And then, I was 14, and of course I went with my buddy and his mom to Three Doors Down, which, rest in peace, Mr. Brad Arnold. I can't believe he's gone.
Yeah.
But But after seeing the lights, the production, the spectacle, the sound of a live rock concert, I was sold, man. And I was like 14 saying, oh, well, I know what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Right. And a lot of kids don't have that. A lot of people are in college and don't know what they want to do still, do they?
I did go to college for a while, and I'll tell you, I still had no idea what I was going to do.
Yeah.
So it was nice to, at 14, to really see how far you can put your dreams to, you know?
Yeah. And, I talk about that all the time in this program. People are always told, to be yourself, be unique. And there's a lot of tribute shows out there, and we have them in Branson, and some of them are like, we even have a Garth Brooks tribute now in Branson. We still have Garth Brooks with us, but I love this original country music that nobody's ever heard, and all of the voices are different, and I've interviewed a lot of people that have been on NBC's The Voice, specifically when Blake Shelton was on there for 23 seasons, but even other artists. Gene Kelly's one with some country artists and different ones like that. And those are the ones that turn my chair, is those original country voices that I hear like yours.
Right. There's just something, I appreciate that one. There is something about the country vocalist that really is so unique. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of it is that it's just this natural euphoria about it.
Yeah.
The way it's either slowed or quickened, and the way the notes are hit. It's such a different sound. So yeah, like when I'll watch one of those shows and I'm hearing that, I'm automatically all of a sudden stopping what I'm doing and watching that TV.
Yep, we're seeing it's like the Battle of Champions right now. They're having on NBC with The Voice, and there's 3 coaches on there. Adam Levine's back, Kelly Clarkson's back, and John Legend, and they've all won multiple times on The Voice. But there is, I have it on this show, so much untapped talent out there that I think the world needs to hear. And as soon as you hear them, my wife's like, "Oh, look at the hair on my arm," or "I'm getting goosebumps." That song is doing it for me, and that's what makes you turn your chair, isn't it?
Right, 100%. I mean, it really also does come down to the song.
Yeah.
And and you were talking about authenticism. I mean, it really has to stand out, and the only way it's going to stand out is if you're being authentic.
Yep. And cover songs are the ones that they have on those programs that people got to do justice to, and you may have some of your favorites to perform in a live show, so maybe you could tell us about some of your favorite ones you love to do.
Oh, I love doing, 3 a.m. Matchbox 20. That's always a crowd favorite. Mm-hmm. People love that. I love doing Tequila Makes Your Clothes Fall Off, Joe Nichols.
Love it.
Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, Toby Keith. That's a must.
Yep.
Obviously, like Friends in Low Places, just because that's the closer.
Okay.
Always.
You're talking about some of them Oklahoma boys now that got me into country radio. I lived in Ada, where Blake Shelton's from, for 20 years before I came back to Branson. So.
Yeah, I mean, any Blake Shelton song, Some Beach, Old Red, you really can't go wrong with any of the. I really appreciate the crowds love the 90s country decade.
Speaking of Blake Shelton's Old Red, you've actually performed there. Which one? He's got several.
I played on the one on Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee. It is a wonderful experience. I would definitely tell anyone that's going to that town to stop at Old Red.
Okay.
And to stop at the rooftop as well. It is a beautiful venue.
Awesome. I went to the one in Tishomingo because that's where we're from down there. I lived in Ada, Oklahoma, and when he opened that one up, his mom's got a resale shop right beside the Old Red down there, and you can even go in there and buy some of Blake's clothes that he's won on The Voice. His flannel shirts or whatever. He's just a good old country boy. And he goes out on his ranch and he picks up these deer shed horns. They shed their antlers every year. And he picks those up, and we bought some to decorate our bedroom. We love that rustic lifestyle, and we bought some of them for $5 he was selling them for. So.
That's a steal.
Yeah, that Blake Shelton picked up. I thought, what a heck of a deal.
That is awesome.
So
I wish they did that at ours.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, let's take another trip back in time, that defining moment that you had at age 14 going to see Three Doors Down. But at what point did you realize that you wanted to do something in the world of country music as far as singing? Were you singing even before age 14 or what?
No, not really. It wasn't, 13, 14 is when I kind of started picking up a guitar, taking guitar lessons, then drum lessons, and bass lessons, and kind of played saxophone a little bit in the middle school band. And music in general just always got to me. And then when I started really sitting in my room by myself for hours, learning guitar, learning parts, I loved the chord progressions and strumming patterns of country music. I loved the storytelling. Artists like Gary Allan, like I learned his whole albums on guitar. And that was it for me. I was like, oh man, this is the type of music that I feel so connected to. I mean, it couldn't have been closer. I mean, I couldn't believe that I had found this genre that really allowed me to express my feelings like I never could as a kid.
Right. You know, we talk about that all the time in country music. A lot of people like you are in it because of the stories that it tells, and that's what I call these interviews, and that's what we're going to talk about in your 3 songs is the stories behind them and why, you know, it was an experience that you had maybe of your life and everything that resonated with you, and you're doing it to want to help somebody else in the crowds and the shows that you perform because they may be going through the same thing, and I love that about the artist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
That's good. Now, you were able to team up with an acclaimed drummer and producer named Grady Saxman. He's worked with Luke Combs, Dustin Lynch, Trey Lewis, Muscadine Bloodline, Cassie Ashton, I know who she is, and the great Uncle Kracker. How did that happen?
It was wild, man. We met one night at one of those showcases that are all around town, and we hit it off. And since then, I contacted him, and he listened to my music, and he was all about it. And I was like, oh, man, this guy is the real deal.
Yeah.
And he has done so much for today's country music of all artists, not just country music, but rock, blues, pop. He has such a huge resume and catalog. And to be working with someone like Grady really is really a dream come true.
That's awesome. Now, him being a drummer, I'll ask you this. Are you kind of more lyric-based in writing a song? Do you have to hear the hook, the beat, the melody, or is it maybe even a combination for you?
I think it's a combination. I love listening to, like, if I go to a writer's round and I'm just in the audience for a showcase and I hear a certain chord progression, I'm like, man, that is beautiful. I can do something with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or if I hear like a line of a song, or I read something in a book, and it's these little one-liners, or I automatically write it down in my notes saying there is a song in those 4 words.
Right.
And yeah, it's wild how when you really start to get in the swing of things with songwriting, you really will notice. You know, I at least notice that I am subconsciously looking for that hook.
Yeah.
I am subconsciously looking for that story.
I just interviewed a young lady for the 2nd time from the state of Michigan, and she said her and her friend play this game. They come over to each other's house, and she says, okay, give me 5 words. And whatever those 5 words are, they try to make a song out of it. It's almost like playing a game of Scrabble or something with the 5 letters, but this is 5 words, and they try to write a song somehow out of those 5 words. I thought, man, that's cool. And that's the way those songwriters rounds are, you know. At the end of the night, the pressure might be on a little bit to make something happen at the end of the night, but boy, with that much talent in the room, it does happen, doesn't it?
Oh, sometimes the rooms are completely silent after the first 20 seconds of a song is being played. And that's such a magical moment. It's such an amazing moment when you give a loud honky tonk, all of a sudden you can hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no better feeling as a songwriter and artist to have that.
And you're so excited if it's you cutting the song for folks to hear it when it's all mixed and mastered, isn't it?
No doubt, man. I love including the songwriters that I work with. I love including them in the studio and in the process because there's no better help than the actual songwriter themselves.
Right.
Of how they felt they wanted to take this direction and little additions and opinions. I mean, there's no better than keeping the songwriters as close to the song as possible.
Yep. Well, country radio is going to love your stuff tonight. I've played you a few times, but we're going to put you again on 13 radio stations that I'm syndicated on around the world tonight. So.
All right, man. I'm looking forward to this.
You bet.
Wow.
You can do a tour in the UK and not have to leave your house. How about that?
How about that?
Speaking of not leaving your house, you moved to Nashville from Mobile, Alabama. How long you been there, and when did you make that move?
Oh, it will be 10 years on March 26th.
There
man. I
you
got it
go.
back
You
on the
made
dot.
it through the 10-year town thing. Congratulations.
A lot of grinding and sweat, but we
Uh-huh.
made it. We
Yep.
made it.
Now, have you had a favorite venue there in Nashville or anywhere that you've played, and you say, hey, if they call me back, I'm there in a heartbeat. I love that place.
Oh, yeah. I work a lot with Big Machine. They have a distillery and a tavern that they've always been great to me. And Live Oak is a wonderful venue on Music Row.
Mhm.
And they've become a second family for me. And anytime they call, I am there for sure.
That is awesome. Can we give a big shout out to the recording studio that you used to produce these 3 songs we're going to play tonight?
Oh, yeah. Well, one of them was Gnome Studios, which was my first one.
Mhm.
And I'll, let you in. And then the other 2 were at Saxman Studios with the brilliant and talented Mr. Grady Saxman.
There you go. Awesome, awesome. We're going to talk about the first song called Ecstasy. I get a lot of one-word titles, and, Ecstasy is a great title for a song, but I want to hear the story behind it, and then we'll play it.
Well, I wrote the song with Miss Sam Blasco. She's a wonderful songwriter, very talented, big resume and catalog. And it is your basic story of going back to something that you know it ain't good for you, but it feels too good not to come back to.
Uh-huh.
The
Okay.
best time you never want to have again.
I love it. Hey, this interview may be one of those. No, I want to have another one with you already, my friend.
Oh, I would love to, man. I'm loving this. This is great.
You bet. I have a lot of artists come back, and the second time it's like a friendship, and we're just catching up. But I'm already getting along with you. Fantastic, and I look forward to
Yes,
our
sir.
next one already. Danny
Oh, yeah.
Spyro, we're going to play Ecstasy. We're going to come back and talk about her favorite color. And then the first song that I ever heard from you is called Love Songs Lately. That'll kick off the top of the next hour, but we'll talk about both of those in just a moment. On the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Oh, darling, you wrote the rules. And I've been playing them like a fool. Hands are shaking like a drunk while I'm jonesing for your love, baby, all night long. And I know you know it too. So, baby, let me lay it down. And I'll show you what love's about. Where your toes curl up and it feels just right, and every little touch gets you high. You never want to say goodbye. Well, disguise your lies, no fool's pride in my eyes. I can't see what's good for me, 'cause your hell ain't got nothing on your ecstasy. Your ecstasy, your ecstasy. Well, tell me what's the point of a bed? We can keep things left unsaid. And the gas pedal just hit the floor, and euphoria takes over more and more. My head in hot war. Well, disguise your lies, no fool's pride in my eyes. I can't see what's good for me, 'cause your hell ain't got nothing on your ecstasy. Your ecstasy, your ecstasy. So let the sweat drip off your face. Yeah, it tastes like sugar cane. And I can't see what's good for me, 'cause your hell ain't got nothing on your ecstasy. Your ecstasy. Ooh, and I can't see what's good for me, 'cause your hell ain't got nothing on your ecstasy. ecstasy, your ecstasy.
His name is Danny Spyro. The song is called Ecstasy, something so good you never kind of want to do it again, but then you do. And I've played it twice, and I do want to play it again, all right? I hope you're okay with that.
No, by all means, man. I love that song.
You
it was
bet.
very special to me.
I do too, absolutely. Talk about the next one. It's called Her Favorite Color.
Yeah, so her favorite color is a true story I made up. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
And you just never know when you meet a beautiful person that it could end up being the most most nightmare 4 days after you meet that person that you'll ever have.
Uh-huh.
And it's dark, it's gray, it's got 90s rock mixed with some twang in it. It's a very red dirt. It's very Co-Wetzel meets Treaty Oak Revival type of sounds with little Casey Donahue. And I wrote it with Daisy Sellis and Hunt Kerbo, two great songwriters as well. And the moment we wrote that, we said, oh, this is something, it's fun, it's catchy. And yeah, once again, if you don't notice the patterns, I write a lot of dark stuff if you haven't seen that already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we love the song, put it together with Brady Saxman at Saxman Studios. He's on the drum track as well, which is really cool to have him really featured on this. And I really hope you like it, man.
That is awesome. You know, I talk about that too on this program. I've got a classic country station of that great 90s country and even beyond that plays 24/7 on my website because I love that so much. And that's what really made the big impact in a lot of artists that made them want to do something like Merle Haggard or Johnny Cash and all those greats, you know, George Jones, all of that. And they did one with Johnny Cash called A Boy Named Sue, and it was a great fictional story that his dad named him Sue, and they end up getting in a bar fight together and everything. And when they recorded that, the one that took off and that they kept was the live version where you got the audience reaction of just how kind of funny that would have been if it really happened.
Oh, he's the master of turning heads in a crowd.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The master.
Absolutely.
And I've always loved the fact that he has those types of songs.
Yeah, so that's cool. Well, something we don't know about you, what is your favorite color?
I will say hunter/olive green, and of course, red and white because Roll Tide.
There you go. I love it. Red's my favorite color. I'm a big Kansas City Chiefs fan, and they have the red going on, Red Friday and all of that. And so I had to buy a red Silverado and put Chief stickers all over it.
There you go. There you go. Now, people do say I look good in seafoam green, so I'm not ruling that one
Seafoam green, okay. Awesome.
Seafoam green, man.
Well, we'll talk about where we can see you in a live show in just a moment, but I want to talk about the first song that I ever heard from you called Love Songs Lately. I love this one, too.
All right.
Tell us about it.
So basically, you're single, you're in your car going to work every day, listening to the radio or your Spotify, iTunes, whatever you may do, and you're listening to nothing but brooding rock like Nirvana and Nickelback, and you're lonely. Then you meet somebody one day, and you notice your radio station is changing from all these brooding heavy rock metal songs to Rascal Flatts, Josh Turner, all these country love songs.
Danny Spyro.
There you go, Danny Spyro. And then you realize, man, I have been nothing but listening to love songs. And it's kind of that moment of reflection saying, oh, wow, I have found someone that has really changed my life.
Yep.
And it starts by noticing on your radio.
You know, I tell the story about when I started in broadcasting school. It was back in the 80s when I lived in San Diego, and I was DJing that 80s music. But then I met my first wife from Oklahoma, and she was right around where Ada, Oklahoma is, where Blake Shelton's from. So I moved there, lived there for 20 years. That 90s country quickly converted me into doing something in country radio, and I've been doing it ever since, now with the independent artists. But, boy, it's sure good to see that making a comeback. Zach Top and some of those other bigger names are bringing 90s country back, or that sound, huh?
Oh, yeah, it's a blessing. And the pendulum always swings, you know, and now it's swinging back to more traditional 90s, you know, Texas, all these sounds that you heard from the Alan Jacksons and the Tracy Byrds and the Neil McCoys, and I absolutely love it because that's my go-to.
You know, I'm old enough to remember bell-bottom pants. Lainey Wilson's bringing that back, the bell-bottom queen of country music, and vinyl's coming back. It's in Walmart again, and I've got a bunch of vinyl albums over here to the right of me. I got Queen and REO Speedwagon and all that stuff I used to play in the 80s, too. I love it.
Oh, man, I just started collecting vinyl, so that's been my new little hobby.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you have any vinyl out or any music at all, we want to find out where to get it. Where can folks find Danny Spyro if they want to check you out on social media and get some of your stuff?
Oh, it's at Danny Spyro on Instagram, Danny Spyro Music on TikTok, Danny Spyro Music on Twitter and Facebook. You can go straight to DannySpyro.com, SPIRO, and you can get all my music there. I'm streaming on Spotify, Amazon, every single basically digital platform you can find my music on.
There you go. Well, I tell you, I was scrolling through TikTok here a few months ago and I found you, and now it's come full circle because I do the show live on TikTok and you're on there again tonight, hanging out with us at Tim Kelly on Air. So.
All right, man. I'm pumped.
Thank you for hanging out with us tonight for sure. I'd love to have you back on the program again. Hit me up in a few months, and especially if you come out with something new that you want to talk about and promote to radio. Love to hear from you, and your music is fantastic.
Thank you, Tim. It's been an honor. I really appreciate the show, man.
Thank you for doing it tonight, Danny. We're going to play Her Favorite Color and Love Songs Lately from Danny Spyro coming up on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Well, it's a Wednesday down at the Red Door. She was peeling the labels, tearing holes in the floor. Wannabe cowboy sits down too close, asking what's her star sign. Does it ever snow in Nashville? She smiles and nods. It comes down every night, but it don't stick around long. Oh, by the way, tonight should be a whiteout, just like her favorite shade she can't put down. It ain't the pink that rushes to her cheeks when her nose drips red on the bathroom sink. It ain't the blue in the skies or the green in her eyes. Ain't the midnight in her veins. Devil's dust straight to the brain. Her favorite color's cocaine. Now it's a Friday, he's out of steam. She's made a neon nightmare out of his fantasy. That little black dress ain't left the hardwood. Out of all her favorite colors, ain't none of them good. It ain't the pink that rushes to her cheeks when her nose drips red on the bathroom sink. It ain't the blue in the skies or the green in her eyes. Ain't the midnight in her veins. The devil's dust straight to the brain. Her favorite color's cocaine. The sun shines gray and she's still awake. She tried to make it last forever till the mirror breaks. It ain't the pink that rushes to her cheeks when her nose drips red on the bathroom sink. It ain't the blue in the skies or the green in her eyes. Ain't the midnight in her veins. It ain't the pink that rushes to her cheeks when her nose drips red on the bathroom sink. It ain't the blue in the skies or the green in her eyes. Ain't the midnight in her veins. The devil's dust straight to the brain. Her favorite color's cocaine.
Another hour of the best in New Country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
I was a 12-inch vinyl Rolling Stone with a hard rock heart. I was a sucker for a Cobain tone and a cranked up electric guitar. Then I met you. The next thing I knew, you got me changing my tune. Now all I listen to are love songs lately. I turn them on, they make me wanna call you baby. And think of dancing with you slow, taking every chance I know, spinning out of control. Girl, you're making me crazy, I'm falling for you. Say words I never knew. All I listen to are love songs lately. Who would have thought that a guy like me would be tearing up to Lady in Red? Between Always on My Mind or Wonderful Tonight, baby, I couldn't tell you who said it best. I guess that they knew somebody like you when they picked up the pen. 3 words and the truth, 'cause all I listen to are love songs lately. I turn them on, they make me wanna call you baby. And think of dancing with you slow, taking every chance I know, spinning out of control. Girl, you're making me crazy, I'm falling for you. Say words I never knew. All I listen to are love songs lately. That's right. Baby, you laying here is music to my ears. Now all I listen to are love songs lately. I turn them on, they make me wanna call you baby. And think of dancing with you slow, taking every chance I know, spinning out of control. Girl, you're making me crazy, I'm falling for you. Say words I never knew. All I listen to are love songs lately. Falling for you all day and the whole night through. All I listen to are love songs lately.
That is called Love Songs Lately, the third song in the triple play for Danny Spyro, and completing a great radio interview. His first on the Tim Kelly Show, won't be his last. Like I said, I'd have him back anytime, and I had a great time hanging out with Danny Spyro tonight. Thank you for doing the program, and DannySpyro.com is the website. Go check him out all over social media, and tell him you heard his interview tonight on the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday. After the interview is over tonight, both interviews, they will go into the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. You can find that tab at the top of the homepage at KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com. I am live on that website right now. Scroll down a little bit. You'll see a radio player that says Radio Boss. Scroll past the first one. That is all the recorded shows. They go over there. But keep going and you'll see Radio Boss. Click on that. That is the live audio. And underneath it's a QR code you can scan and take that live audio with you by downloading the Tim Kelly Show app. I got my own app. Isn't that cool? I love that. And you guys are going to love this next triple play. This young man is making his radio debut tonight on Triple Play Thursday. Michael Richards, my director of new artist promotions from New Brunswick up in Canada, found Mason Young. This is called You Can't Stop Me from Mason Young on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I still keep your jacket by the doorway. Haven't had the heart to throw it out. Funny how the quiet in this old place feels lighter when you're not around. Sometimes I drive to the cafe where we met up. I still order what you used to choose. Most days I can't pretend that I'm doing fine. There's some nights I still come undone over you. You can't say I know we're walking down different highways, but I still check my phone for your name. Guess love doesn't listen to reason. It stays even when nothing's the same. Maybe this is how it's meant to be. You out there and me learning to breathe. But even with the distance in between, you're still the part of me I keep. You can't change the weather in Chicago. You can't change the color of the moon. You can't make every season summer. And you can't stop me from loving you. Oh, you can't stop me from loving you. You can't stop me from loving you. No, you can't stop me from loving you. You can't stop me from loving you.
Song number 2.
I got $17 in my back pocket and a little bit of change, but I'm not gonna count it until tomorrow when I get my coffee from the Timmy's. It'll be like it's free. Working for a living ain't all it's cracked up to be. The bills pile high till neither one of us can see around them, but we'll make it through them over and above. Thank God we don't pay for love. The best things in life are free, like sitting beside the one you love and watching TV. A couch date feels great, simple, cheap, and easy. Yeah, the best thing in life is love, and it's free. The telephone rings, the bank wants to pay me. He ain't happy with our situation. There's nothing I can do about that, so I thank him for the friendly chat. I can't pay him with what I don't have. You don't have to worry about me, cause I'm not sad. Someone cut down my money tree. No, you don't have to worry about me, cause the best things in life are free, like sitting beside the one you love and watching TV. A couch jet feels great, simple, cheap, and easy. And the best thing in life is love, and it's free. I lost my job about a year ago. One thing I've learned: you don't need money to make a home. The best things in life are free, like sitting beside the one you love and watching TV. A couch jet feels great, simple, cheap, and easy. Yeah, the best thing in life is love, and it's free. The best things in life are free, like sitting beside the one you love and watching TV. A couch jet feels great, simple,
cheap and easy, yeah, the best thing in life is love. And it's free. It's free. It's free.
I am looking at all the great comments, and they are loving the sound of that talented young man right there. His name is Mason Young. You Can't Stop Me, and the second song called $17. Keep saving, young man, and you'll be able to afford a gallon of gas here real soon. Absolutely. Well, that's a perfect segue to the third song for Mason Young. It is called That's Life on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Some days I feel like I'm faking, just trying to pass for a better man. Look in the mirror and wonder if I'm doing the best I can. You got dreams that feel too heavy and hopes that don't always land. But I keep holding on to something I can't quite understand. Flaws, yeah, I got 'em. Laws, I broke 'em. Dues, I paid 'em. Scars, I bear 'em. Lessons I learned, and problems still have 'em. That's life. Live as a life. A quiet question, like I'm standing where I don't belong. Voices that tell me I'm falling when I'm trying to stay strong. But there's a light in the smallest moments and peace in a simple song. And somehow the world keeps whispering that maybe I'm not that wrong. Flaws, yeah, I got 'em. Laws, I broke 'em. Dues, I paid 'em. Scars, I bear 'em. Lessons I learned, and problems still have 'em. That's life. Yeah, that's life. Yeah, I stumble through the shadows, carry more doubt than pride. But there's something out there waiting just beyond the other side. Maybe that's the mystery that keeps my heart alive. Flaws, yeah, I got 'em. Laws, I broke 'em. Dues, I paid 'em. Scars, I bear 'em. Lessons I learned, and problems still have 'em. That's life. Yeah, I got 'em. Laws, I broke 'em. Dues, I paid 'em. Scars, I bear 'em. Lessons I learned, and problems still have 'em. That's life. Yeah, that's life. I still love it.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it?
Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do. Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country.
This This hour of the Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Trisha Marie Music. Check out Trisha Marie Music on the sponsors tab at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and on TikTok at Trisha Marie 00.
But you know I'll always win because I still got his credit card, and you know I love to spend. I'm going down to the downtown boot barn. I'm gonna buy me something real nice. I'm gonna walk out the door, hop in my car, burning rubber on his dimes. I'm gonna buy some Daisy Dukes in cowboy boots, the kind of pair that'll make all the boys drool. I'm gonna spend his money, honey, what can I do? I'm gonna buy some Daisy Dukes in cowboy boots. Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots. Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots. I'll walk in like a heart attack, and every boy will drop their jaws, and I'll be saying he'll know when he wants me back, when he sees what he's lost. I'm going down to the downtown boot barn. I'm gonna buy me something real nice. I'm gonna walk out the door, hop in my car, burning rubber on his dimes. I'm gonna buy some Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots, the kind of pair that'll make all the boys drool. I'm gonna spend his money, honey, what can I do? I'm gonna buy some Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots. Yeah, I cried for about 5 whole minutes. Then I fixed my hair and my lipstick. Turned your heartbreak into retail therapy. Watch me make your karma aesthetic. You can keep all your sorry excuses. I look better without your mess. You lost a queen, gained a lesson. Baby, that's called progress. Now turn it back up. I'm gonna buy some Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots, the kind of pair that'll make all the boys drool. I'm gonna spend his money, honey, what can I do? I'm gonna buy some Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots. Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots. Break hearts, cash checks, tell the truth. Yeah, I glow different when I cut you loose. Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots. Should have cheated, babe.
Number 2.
Red lipstick, low gas light, two-step beat on a Friday night. Cut-offs tight, don't need a reason. Summer air got me in my feelings. Mama said, girl, don't stay out late. But trouble looks good and I'm feeling brave. I don't need love, I don't need rules. Just a neon sign in a ballroom jukebox groove. I make bad decisions in boots. Dancing too close, sipping something smooth. Hands on my hips, whiskey on you, yeah. I make bad decisions in boots. No regrets, no curfew. A little wild, little cute. If it's wrong, I don't wanna choose. I make bad decisions in boots. Baseline bump, the lights go low. You say slow down, I say let's go. I don't text back, I show up late.